Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Coach Michael Chandler. For anyone new that's viewing, what I do here is I give lectures, but I also give, motivational speeches. And my overall goal is to give the common man who doesn't have anything something that he can use to build on his character right then and right there. A man on Skid Row in a tent could take this information and change the situation. So I don't want any excuses of anything bad that's happened, any shortcoming, any tragedy, any trauma. You can overcome it, okay? And we're going to start off today by talking about the primary needs of man. When I say man, I mean mankind, women included, and any other genders or non gender conforming person with a heartbeat. The primary needs are still the same, and that's food, water, and sex. Those that are asexual do have a point. However, if you want to reproduce, you're going to have sex, unless you're getting to doctors with artificial insemination, etc. Okay, so pretty much the content I make is for everyone. Everyone can benefit from this information. I'll be brief. I don't want to go too long, but I do want to get my point across. In terms of food, water, and sex, when it comes to the primary primal needs of man, you can tap into the primal sense of being a protector and a provider while you don't have your financial situation correct. And what I mean by that is if you go without eating for 2 days, that'll help hold you and elevate you as a man until you get your job applications in, until you get word back, until you get to making whatever the income is that you need to take care of your families and your loved ones. And what that does when you go without eating for 2 days, and I'm just picking uh, a random amount that's doable. Okay, one, saves you money. Two, it cleanses your body. That way you can digest everything out of it. But what it really does, and what I want to for you to look at, is that it gets into your subconscious, and you tap into that primal energy of being able to provide by knowing that if a situation of famine was to hit, that your offspring is good for 2 days because they'll be eating and you won't. You understand that sacrifice, and you understand that if all goes to hell, I have something that I can do for a few days. I'm not saying you'll ever have to do that, and I hope not. But the fact that you could, if you had to, will help elevate you as a man because it'll lessen the anxiety that you have around being a provider, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to do is lessen your anxiety. A lot of men, when they don't have the bag, they don't feel adequate because their self-esteem is based around their ability to provide and their money that they can make, right? So when you're broke, you'll feel as if you're nothing, and it'll cause you to have mental illness. You'll become depressed. It'll cause you to be anxious. Some men in the streets in the hood, it'll cause you to be impulsive and crash out and do something stupid to come across a piece of bread. When if you would have went without eating, period, it would have lessened that anxiety gave you some time to think, and also built your self-esteem and elevate you, knowing that you can do something. With nothing, you are able to still do something. And that'll hold you. That'll give you some time. It'll take the edge off instead of doubling up on the alcohol and the drugs. You see what I'm saying? There is something that you can do. The other thing is, outside of not finding your value in something outside of you, you can withhold yourself from having sex. You can practice abstinence. You can abstain. That makes sense, okay? And what that does is, one, you start valuing yourself, but it increases your testosterone. They have these communities, these what's it called? These no fap communities, and they break all that down on what not masturbating, but not having sex. Period. Not losing your life force. Not valuing yourself. Many of you are running up in anything because you see your value off inside a woman. And the fact that value is coming from something outside of you, that lets me know that there's something going on inside of you. And that validation probably wasn't from your mom, whoever, but you don't need to look for outside validation to elevate you as a man. If you're religious, of course, the person that you need validation from is up there. Okay? Have pride from within. And a long story short, man, what I'm giving you a way to work from the inside out. That way these results are personality change. They're more permanent. Value yourself, man. Value your seed. Ejaculation creates life. And you need to value it instead of letting it just go anywhere. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be gross, but I am trying to speak facts. And I am trying to get you to be able to have a different look, a different perspective when it comes to who you share your energy with. So think about you anytime you go into those situations, all right? The other thing is what all men need to do, especially the men that I'm talking to. You need to get your health checked. You need to get your STD test results, okay? Now, I want to say it was the last lecture. Yeah, I mentioned in the last lecture the importance of being able to take care of yourself. How important it is to take care of yourself. And how you need to be going to medical, you need to be going to dental. Okay, well, getting your STD results are a part of that. And what's going to happen is when you're off in there continuously, one, if you come across some result that's positive, you need to take care of that and handle your business. But the other thing is when you get your negative results, you need to value and honor that. And then you need to be picky, or you need to be conscious of who it is that you're sleeping with. Because in your mind, you know you're good. Your results are negative. You know that you're good. So you need to be mindful of who you're sharing yourself with. Because outside of the physical diseases that are possible, and outside of you losing your life force and your energy, there are spiritual things going on. I'll give you an example. When I practice therapy, to be a licensed therapist in California, you have to have over 3,000 hours of clinical hours practicing with, clients and stuff like that. I left, California, came here to Nevada. So I never pursued to go the clinical route. I like the coaching route because I have a lot more freedom, but I'm also, I don't have those California state taxes either. But I say all that just to give you some background so you'll understand that I know what it is I'm talking about. Or at least I know enough for me to believe what it is that I believe. When we're trained, and even in school, what we learn to understand is that when it comes to clients, they refer to it as the cosmic referral system. And by cosmic referral system, what they're saying is that you're going to draw clients that are tailor-made for you. Let's say if you were alcoholic and you got over, drinking alcohol, somehow you're going to attract somebody that has a problem with alcohol that you can help them overcome. Okay. And to make a long story short, we always consider a third party in the room. And that's how the transference works. It's me as a therapist, a practitioner, it's the client, but there's an unseen energy. You can call it the Holy Spirit, whatever it is to you, that's off in the room that's like brokering a deal and making sure that a transaction goes the way that it is. Okay. Well, when it comes to relationships, sex, etc., there's something similar, if not the same thing, that's going on. So even if you get past, the physical dangers and stuff like that, understand that there's still a third party in the room. And that third party could be the Holy Spirit that's bringing you together because that's your wife, that's who you're supposed to be with, whatever. Or that third party could be something a little darker. So be careful. Love yourself, okay? Because you never know who's brokering the deal between you and who it is that you're sleeping with. Just something to think about. Other than that, another good thing about not, sleeping with anything and masturbating all the time, it increases your testosterone. And if it was a case of famine and you had to go without eating, you also have your strength to be able to ward off attackers. You have your strength to be able to hunt and do whatever it is that you have to do to ensure your family's survival. Do you want to be someone that's strong and as powerful as you can be? Or do you want to be somebody that's been wasting their life force running up in anything and masturbate? That's a choice you have to make as a man. I'll end it there. I think I've given enough to where even if you don't have the bag, even if you don't have as much money as you want, and you're feeling down, you're feeling like you haven't adequately provided for your family and loved ones, you feel like since you don't have a certain amount of money that there's nothing you can do. Yes, there is. And if you do what it is that I'm talking about, I don't see you being broke for long. All I see is blessings coming. All right? Coach Michael Chandler, man. Been good chopping up with y'all today. One love.